So we just met in the lobby, and I have a question for you.
What's up?
I want you to give me your honest answer.
All right, I'll try my best.
Okay, would you date me long term?
Well, since my name is Johnson, I have a few questions that I need to ask.
Okay.
Preliminary, if that's all right with you.
It's okay with me.
The first question is, do you have a stable income as far as also a lot of savings built up, 20K at least?
No.
Do you have a lot of guys that you talk to, or are you more of a monogamous type of woman?
I talked to a few guys.
My final follow-up question was, would you be posting a lot of provocative pictures online, or are you more of a church type of girl?
I haven't been to church in years, and yes, I post a lot of provocative things online.
All right, well, I'm going to need you to exit my table.
It's called the husband store, and you can go there and shop for a husband. There's 6 floors in this store. You can only visit each floor one time, though, and each floor you go up, the value increases. You may choose any item from any particular floor, but you can go up a floor, but you cannot go back down. So there was a woman who went to the husband store to find herself a husband. On the first floor, the sign on the door read, "These men have jobs." That sounded good. These men have jobs. Floor 2 says, "These men have jobs and love kids." Floor number 3 said, "These men have jobs, love kids, and are extremely good looking." Wow, she thought, this is sounding pretty good, but I'm compelled to go on to the next floor. Well, she does go to the 4th floor, and the sign reads, "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead good looking, and they help with the housework." Oh, mercy me, she said, I can hardly stand it. Still, she said, I've got to go on. She went to the 5th floor. "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead gorgeous, help with the housework, and have a very strong romantic streak." But she couldn't stand it. She decided she had to just find out what was on floor number 6. Floor number 6 said, "You are visitor 31,456. To this floor, there are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are impossible to please."
I want to get married. With the translation, I want the wedding and I want the ceremony, etc. But do they want to actually be a wife? I would argue most women don't. And if a woman sits there and says, "I'm only going to cook and clean for you," or have these wife duties, if you elevate me to wife, can you go into your job and say, "Promote me to CEO,
then I'll become
that person"? No, but we live in a crazy clown world where women are able to dictate terms and tell you, "This is what I want," right? And then your dumbass is supposed to go ahead and give them what they want without them necessarily meeting their requirements. Could you imagine? Hold on. Like, again, this is why female logic doesn't make sense. Could you imagine if you could walk into your employer's office and say, "Look, man, I want my salary tripled. I want these XYZ benefits. And then, and only then, I'm going to go ahead and complete my duties. And on top of that, by the way, I reserve the right to stop those duties at any time and still get my salary and pension."
So I got a jet from here to France, and then there was 6 of us. We all got a 5-star hotel and 6 different hotel rooms, and then we had a security team with us because I go security everywhere. And then we ate out a couple times, and then we were with Dan at his place for 5 minutes, and we did a video game thing, and then we decided to drive back to Romania. So we shipped some cars from here, there, and we took a 4-day road trip through Italy, back through France, all the way back to Romania. And I sat down and I said, "Tristan," he goes, "What?" And I said, "By the time we flew in and out on jets and got security in 6 5-star hotel rooms and ate and moved the Lambos and drove the Lambos and gassed it, we just spent like $350,000 in 4 days saying hi to a friend." That's how ridiculously expensive the world's become. And then we can always tie everything back, right? It's super interesting because now all of that's on Instagram. So you have young women sitting there going, "That's the kind of boyfriend I want." And it's like, okay, well, there's like 10 of them.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah.
So everyone's chasing this lifestyle. Men feel, we talk about male depression, male suicide. Well, men feel happy when they're respected. A lot of men don't feel respected because the world's obsessed with this fantasy that I'm living. Fantasy, but it's unique, it's rare, right? Women want that and only that, which is fine. That's what I'm raising my daughter to do. I don't want her to have anything else. But we talk again about broken gender dynamics and how this all ties in. We've never had a period in human history where you were constantly spying on everyone else's life. And not just their life, you're only spying on the highlights of their life all of the time. Right. So how does that affect the human psyche? I think about me as a person. I'm at the weird age where when I was 13, there was no mobile phones. And when I was 16, everyone had a mobile phone in school. It's like it went from nothing to like MSN Messenger in school. And so I remember the transition between the two. And the amount of gossip, the amount of bullying, the amount the world changed when MSN Messenger came out was massive, right? Right. The society, the whole thing changed within 2 years. I can't imagine being 12 or 13 now. You've got Instagram and Twitter, and you're seeing murder all over the news, and you're seeing these girls who are on boats at 18, and you see the guys living this crazy life like I do with money, and you're sitting there and you try and get a job, and it's $25,000 a year, and like everyone's minds must just be a mess. Everything's messed up, and then you look at the mentality of a lot of these people, and I talk about this from my perspective because I primarily talk to younger guys. And they've gotten to a point where they're just apathetic and they're just gamblers. They're like, well, I'll just gamble on crypto or I'll gamble on the stock market. I don't stand a chance of getting out with hard work. I don't stand a chance of getting out with education. I don't stand a chance of having a woman who loves me without money. So I'm just gonna gamble. Just gamble on meme coins or just gamble on the stock market. And if I lose, I'll just sit in my bedroom and play video games. I give up. They're just giving up on this.
And there's no Fugazi Corporation building. We got all the men, from low quality to the highest quality men. The only way you know it's on the other floor is if you choose to go up. If you choose not to accept floor 1, then you got to go up to the next floor. First floor is he has a job and he has a car. Are you staying at that floor or moving up?
Up.
Moving up a floor? Level 2? What about you?
Moving up.
Moving up? What about you?
Going up.
Going up. Level 2, he got a job, he got a car, he's charismatic, he's funny, he got a personality, and he's a good man.
I'm going up.
What about you?
I'm going up.
She going up. Now we got level 3.
I'm invested now.
He got a job, he got a car, he funny, he charismatic, he a good man. He also 6'4".
I'm going up.
You going up?
I'm going up too.
Going up?
4th floor is he got a job, he got a car, he charismatic, he's 6'4", but not only that, he got a 9-incher.
I'm going up.
Oh, what? You're going up again? We at the 5th floor now. He got a job, he got a car, he got a good personality, 6'4", the 9-incher. He's a good man. He makes $500,000 a year.
I'm going up.
You going up?
I'm gonna go up, I guess.
Okay, on the 6th floor, this man doesn't exist. This is just to show you that you are hypergamous and never satisfied. 6th floor doesn't exist. It's to show you that you're hypergamous and you're never satisfied, and the nature of a woman is the damnation of the woman.
I'm so sick of hearing this fucking trauma, inner child fucking bullshit. Do you not understand that when you talk about your problems all fucking day long and you focus on all your problems, your anxiety, your depression, you're gonna feel worse? That's what the happens. Oh, I'm trying to heal my anxiety and get in touch with my inner child, so I'm gonna stay home all day and do nothing. That's a sure way to feel worse. Bro, it's really, really, really hard to not fall into that trap when that's all we're surrounded by all day long. All we're surrounded by all day long is on the internet trying to get in touch with their inner child. They're all up in their feelings about everything. Why don't you guys be men and just handle your shit, bro, and train and eat right and build shit and create shit and be a leader and take responsibility? And if you did that, you wouldn't need this kind of bullshit where you go and make yourself look like a fucking
Tell me why it's always the guys who've been in long-term relationships that suck in bed.
Anybody else gonna take this one? You know what, fellas? I got this one. Everyone, sit down. I got this one. Ma'am, you're gonna wanna scooch up and grab some popcorn, because I'm gonna tell you exactly why most men who have been in long-term relationships suck in bed. Because the women that have these men in long-term relationships have weaponized sex. What do you mean? Tex, how have they weaponized sex? Well, most of us that are used to long-term relationships are only rewarded, I know that sounds crazy, rewarded with sex when we do something they want us to do. It's no longer about pleasure or making the other one, each other happy, or learning each other's bodies or experiencing new things. It's strictly a reward process. Very much Pavlov's theory, when we get it once in a while, we start doing things to try to get it again. And every time we think we're going to get it, we start salivating. So we continue to do those things that they want, so we hopefully get it. Bottom line is this: it's not that we suck in bed. It's just that the women we've been with in these long-term relationships suck, period. However, when we are released to the wild, when we go back to the streets, as they say, we pick up on the tricks pretty quick. Just saying.
Men are typically expected to court women, approach women, ask them out on dates, maybe pick them up, pay for dates, make the first move, etc. What are women expected to do to build a relationship? So I'm talking about that initial stage. What are women expected to do?
Wait, so are we saying that like like he takes you out on a date? Like,
no, he's like, so like when you're like, let's say like the first date, like usually on a first date, like a guy picks you up, like he takes you there and he's like expected to pay, but like what are like you expected to do, kind of like in these like dating like scenarios?
Just be
Bring
yourself.
good conversation.
Be yourself. Like